Hello everyone, how are you today? I hope you are in the best condition. My name is Aldena Ririn Puspitasari. In this video, I would like to deliver some topic about sexual harassment. So, have you ever thought that the reason the perpetrator does sexual harassment was because of the victim's clothes? Do you still think about it until now? If you do, please listen to me. It will take only a few minutes. But before I start, I would like to ask you, do you know about sexual harassment? I hope all of you will answer, yes, I do. But if you don't know, let me tell you. So, sexual harassment is any form of unwanted words or action of a sexual nature that violates a person's body, privacy, feelings, and make that the person feel uncomfortable, insecure, scared, intimidated, abused, or objectified. I really want to bring up this topic because there are still many people who think that victims of sexual harassment are the real perpetrators. When someone says, maybe she was wearing sexy dress, or she was raped because her dress, the utterances like this make it seem as if the victim is the main perpetrator of sexual harassment. I really want to emphasize that clothes are not a reason someone does sexual harassment. Now, I will explain and emphasize that clothes are not a reason for sexual harassment. At this time, you must have heard of many cases of sexual harassment that happen. For the example, sexual harassment that experienced by some celebrities.
An India celebrity, Vaishali Thakkar, committed suicide. Allegedly was harassed by her ex-boyfriend. Beautiful Korean YouTuber harassed during a live streaming in Mumbai.
Do they want sexual harassment happen to them? Of course not. Do you still think this happened because of the clothes they wear? Let's look at other cases.
A middle school teacher in Medan abuses 14 students. Teacher rapes 12 Islamic boarding school students. Victims of sexual harassment by the teacher in Batang reached 35 students. 10 allegedly raped. Teacher in Bekasi do sexual harassment to the student.
Is the reason for sexual harassment because of their clothes? Are their school uniform unsafe to them? Of course, it all is done by the perpetrators, not because of the victim's clothes. Is that not enough to prove? See the next case.
A 2.5-year-old child in Tegal became a victim of sexual harassment. A child in South Jakarta became a victim of sexual harassment.
Do the clothes worn by children still invite desire for sexual harassment? What kind of clothing could protect them from that? Is the clothes dress? Let's see this case.
Dozens of students in Bandung became victims of sexual harassment by the leader of Islamic boarding schools.
Students in Islamic boarding school must wear closed dress. Unfortunately, the closed dress that they wore not enough to protect them from sexual harassment. Never make a victim into a perpetrator by saying you were raped because of your clothes. These utterances make the victim appear as the main perpetrator and cause the victims to be very traumatized. From the many cases that I have conveyed, I really believe that clothes are not a reason of sexual harassment. Sexual crimes do not look at clothes. Let's see this picture.
This is the summary data of clothes that the victims wear. Based on data from Detik.com, the types of clothes that the most victims wear are closed dresses, while sexy dresses in a low position. Now, let's see a video about an exhibition of clothes from victims of sexual harassment.
Time to stop blaming victims for the way they dress.
Prévention des agressions sexuelles.
Delphine Goossens runs the exhibit and says victims are often asked, "What were you wearing?" during police investigations. She adds 16% of Belgians believe rape is not problematic if a victim dresses seductively. The display was inspired by a project last September at the University of Kansas and another at the University of Arkansas in 2014, where student survivors shared their stories of sex assault.
After seeing the video, do you still think that clothes are the reason someone commits sexual harassment? If you do, please think again and place yourself as a victim, so that you can feel what victims feel when they are blamed for the clothes they are wearing. In conclusion, sexy clothes can make someone have a desire. However, from the description that I have made, the students, celebrities, children, and one of you are possible to get sexual harassment. Clothes are not a reason for someone to commit sexual harassment. The real reason is from your mind. All of you shouldn't think about doing inappropriate things. Don't use other people as sexual objects. Educate yourself, don't blame the victims anymore. I think that's all for me. Thank you for listening and goodbye.